Yo, welcome back to another YouTube video, guys. It is a nice day here in Cleveland, Ohio. But so for this video, I want to talk about a 3-month ownership of this car. So let me just start off with the specs on this car. So it is a 2024 BMW M4 Competition X-Drive. The exterior color is Tanzanite blue, and then for the interior, don't mind how dirty it is, but we have Silverstone seats in our interior color. Let's start off with the mods. First when I got this car, I didn't like the spec, but I didn't even get to like spec it out and build it from the factory. That's just how it came. So starting off, I want to talk about the mods I've done to the car. So cosmetic, let's start off with the window tint. We have 5% all the way around, and then we have 15% on the windshield. It does get a little tricky at night, but it's okay. Another thing we have is the carbon fiber CSL grille and the carbon fiber inlets. And then the newest thing I just did is I did the RGB DRLs. I love how you can change it to any color. Not gonna lie, I had yellow, but the one thing I hate is everyone does yellow on BMWs. I get why, but it kind of sucks because when everyone does something, it kind of decreases the significance. Sorry for the wind noise, but we also did, this car is lowered. It's on MSS lowering spring. They are adjustable. And let's move on to the rear of the car. So we have the carbon fiber duckbill, and then we have the CSL RGB DR taillights. Nothing else on the rear. I do want to go with the diffuser. I want to do spacers, and I also want to do a front lip. And then let's talk about performance. I guess it's not performance, it's mostly like, I guess, sound. I have SSR catless downpipes, and then I have the Valvetronic mid pipe, which the car sounds pretty good. Let me see if I can set up the camera. Yeah, as you guys can tell, it is pretty loud. Another thing I do have on this car, because I didn't get the full Valvetronic exhaust, I did get a valve controller, so I can either have all the valves open or I can have them all closed. But yeah, that's a basic overview of this car. I want to move on to the actual review. So after owning it for 3 months, it has almost 8,000 miles. It probably would have more if I didn't go on vacation, but I was overseas for a long time, so I didn't get to drive. I had 7,000 miles put on it in 2 months, and then I was on vacation for a while, so it just sat and didn't get driven a lot. But overall, the reliability has been amazing. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I've pushed this car a lot, like really a lot. Like, I'm really rough on the cars. Yeah, it's nice to baby it once in a while, but you ain't buying no AM series just to baby it, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, guys, so overall it's been super reliable. I'm not gonna lie, there is actually one thing we had to do to it. I don't know if it was because I was pushing it a lot, but the water pump actually went out at, like, I think it was 5,000 miles. It didn't completely go out, let me not say that, but what I mean is, like, at 5,000 miles, when I wanted to go do an oil change because I want to do it every 5,000. I was hearing a squealing noise, and I searched up the forums, and they were saying it could be caused from the water pump. So luckily it went through warranty. Originally the dealership, they said it's normal for the car to make that noise, but I told them to keep it for a few more days, and that's when I went on vacation. They fixed the water pump, did an oil change, but I had the callus downpipes and everything on when it went in for the water pump, and it still went under warranty. So shout out to BMW for not voiding a warranty when obviously it's not related to the cause. But that's like the only reliability issue we've had with this car so far. The only other time, like, and you guys are probably wondering, oh, is the maintenance expenses, the oil change expensive? I think BMW covers the first 3 years, but that's if you want to do the oil change every 10,000. I like to do it 5,000 because, you know, especially if you're pushing the car, maybe even 3,000. But I think it was like 139 for an oil change. You can literally just take it to a shop, but I don't know, I just take it to the dealership. It's less hassle, and I don't mind paying a little bit more. So I haven't really spent that much out-of-pocket cost for maintenance. The one thing I did spend money on is the rear tires. I already had them replaced because with the X-Drive you can switch between rear wheel drive and all-wheel drive, and when you have that thing in rear wheel drive, it gets addicting to do burnout. So I replaced the rear tire size. These aren't the factory tire. This isn't the factory tire size. The regular is 285/30. These ones are 295/25, so it's a smaller sidewall. It actually, I kind of like how it looks, but I didn't get to lower the car all the way with the springs. But yeah, so that's the only thing. I think I only spent like $300 for 2 new tires because Pirelli was having a sale. But everything else with modifying this car is really expensive. Like the DRLs, the grill was expensive, downpipe, Valvetronic midpipe was I think $1,900. My taillights were $1,500. I mean, it's expensive to modify these cars, and I want to do a diffuser and stuff, but you know, sometimes you gotta relax. I do have the Insta360. So let's move on to, like, I guess the cons about this car. I don't really have anything I dislike, but the one thing I can say is if you live in like I don't know, I live in Cleveland, but I don't know about any other area, the suspension on these cars is super stiff. Not only like if you have Pirellis, I think they pick up the tires. I mean, if you have Pirellis, the rocks get picked up pretty quickly in these. But the thing is, the suspension is super stiff in this car. There was already stiff when I got the car, and now that I put it on lowering springs, it only got stiffer. So that's probably like one thing I don't like, but at the same time I'm not going to complain about it because I bought this car for the suspension and be able to take corners pretty quick. So that's not like really a thing you can complain about. The other thing is the brake dust is crazy on this car. I just washed it at my friend's house. I didn't even bother touching the wheels because it's literally so annoying. Like, I didn't want to touch it, but this is a simple fix. You can just change the brake pads, but it's kind of like I don't really have time to go change the brake pads right now. But that's the one thing I don't like. Another thing is, not gonna lie, I love the iDrive 8. Don't mind the mess. I love the iDrive 8, but the 2 things I probably hate about this is, number 1 is the sound system. I have the Harman Kardon, whatever it is, if that's how you pronounce it. I have that sound system in here, but it's still not the best in my opinion. For a $100,000 car, it should be maybe a little bit better, but still not gonna complain about that. It's like, it's just something that they can improve on. Another thing is, this car was optioned with the iDrive recorder. So the iDrive recorder is complete garbage in this car. I tried it. I wanted to see when I first got this car how it does, so I exported a video recorded a video. It only activates if you get hit, which is kind of like, yeah, that makes sense, but it's not always recording. Like just now, someone like turned it like 2 left lanes, and someone just almost turned into me. And that's why I installed the dash cam, because the iDrive recorder, not only is it laggy, it doesn't record audio, it doesn't record speed. Like, I can show you one of the videos I took, because I don't know what I think it was an animal I hit. Like, you guys can see, it's just like yeah, it's not the best, I'm not gonna lie. But for the sound system, I bought this adapter so I can code in like the Bowers and Wilkin, but I don't think so that's gonna increase it. You can only add sound profiles, and that's like the only thing about I can say about the interior, just the car in general. Like, there's no really other complaints. I mean, the only thing I'm gonna say is, like, this car is really fast stock. I'm not gonna lie, like, it runs like 11.2 quarter-mile stock, but after like 70 or 60, this car really, like, I'm not gonna say it's slow, but you know how you get used to things after you've been like so like doing it for such a long time. After 70, this car kind of feels sluggish to me now, because I've had it for a while now, and this is the only car I've driven, because I daily it now. So I've only been dailying it, but the only thing I would want to do is a tune, but it sucks how the ECU is locked. So that's another thing, you gotta ship out the ECU to tune these cars. But other than that, bro, it's like a crazy nice car, perfect car. I do get a lot of DMs asking me how I got the car at 19, 20, well 19, but now I'm 20. But it's a lot of messages. I send people my resume. It's just that the only advice I would give to everyone, I don't say this because I don't want people to take it the wrong way, and I think it's ironic that I'm saying it, is that you shouldn't really chase these materialistic things. I know that's ironic again that I'm saying it because I'm 20 with this car, but once you've had it and you realize, like, the thing is, if you get attached to these materialistic things, your life really goes downhill once it's taken away from you. Like, this is my 12th car and I'm 20 now, and like, I can only say, like, you shouldn't get attached to these things. Like, it's great, don't get me wrong, I love it, it's an amazing car to drive, like, it's great stress reliever. But I just wish, like, people like my age that DM me, ask me, oh, they tell me, oh, I'm gonna save up all my money and just get this car. It's like, that's great, bro. Like, if you really want to get it, but I'm gonna let you know that, like, these materialistic things, they don't get you further in life. Like, no hate, bro. Like, I be seeing people, like, I think they're a year or two older than me. Like, I don't want to hate on anyone, but they be having these type of cars, and then they just spend all their money on the car. They don't have a nice house, they don't have food. The one thing that, like, makes me, like, really worried about this community is people spend everything on their cars, but they don't dress well. Like, at the end of the day, my preference is, like, if I have a nice car, I should have the money to, like, have dress well. Like, at the end of the day, it's not all about the car, but at the end of the day, everyone lives their own life. But my advice is, like, you can't get attached to these materialistic things. Like, bro, once this gets taken away from you, you're gonna be depressed, sad. Like, of course, at the end, like, I can't control how you guys think, but that's just my perspective. Like, there's more to life. I feel like if you go into real estate or anytime, but if you have money, don't use it to spend it and buy a car, because you can use money to make more money, if you know what I'm saying. But I'm not gonna go on a whole spiel about that. But overall, another thing I do have a complaint about is this is a $100,000 car, and you guys can, this is already fading. Like, this plastic trim is fading away. Like, it's kind of upsetting. Like, I want to replace these with carbon fiber ones, but they're $100. Don't really want to spend money. College is actually about to start back up next month. Got to get ready for that. But I did what I wanted to do this summer. Probably, one thing I do want to do is front mount intakes, but after that I might take a break because the car season's coming to an end. And yeah, guys, so that's about it for this video. Let me know if you have any other questions about the car. Like I said, it's a great car, reliability has been great. Only thing is suspension, maybe sound system, and the iDrive recorder, and maintenance is just covered. And overall, if you just drive this car very carefully, you won't have issues, because I know a lot of people spin out these type of cars. But I do want to make a video. My next video is probably going to be the 12 cars I've owned, because each car has a story behind it, so it'd be cool to share with you guys. But that's it for this video. I'm going to leave my Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, everything in the bio. Let me know if you have any questions. DM me if you want to see my resume or how I got jobs or any other questions. Peace out, guys.